Have you ever sat down for a nice meal at your kitchen table, only to feel two big, soft eyes watching your every move? You probably think your furry friend is just waiting for a tiny piece of your chicken or a crumb of your bread. Maybe you feel a little bit bad for them, so you toss them a small treat. Or maybe you get a bit frustrated and tell them to go lay down. But what if I told you that in those quiet moments, something much bigger is happening? You might be making a common mistake without even knowing it. This one mistake is slowly changing the way you and your dog feel about each other, and it is happening right under your nose. Welcome to our community of people who love and care for animals. Today, we are going to talk about a silent language that your dog uses every single day of their life. To your human brain, that steady stare might look simple, like they are just being a little bit greedy. But to your dog, this is a matter of their very survival. That look is not just about a rumbling tummy. It is a deep message tucked away in their DNA from thousands of years ago when their ancestors lived in the wild. They are trying to tell you something that most owners never quite understand. If you learn this secret today, you will start to see something in your dog's eyes that you have never noticed before. But before we dive into the details, I want you to listen very closely. At the very end of our time together today, I am going to share a very special, secret signal with you. If you give this signal to your dog, they will feel a level of trust in you that they have never felt before. This one small, quiet move can change your friendship with them forever. So, please listen to every point we talk about. Every minute we spend together holds a new secret about your dog's heart. Let's start by looking at the very first mistake that almost every dog owner makes at the dinner table every single day. Number 1. The way we share our things. This is the exact moment when the balance of peace in your home is actually decided. You are sitting there with your plate, and your dog is sitting there with that focused look. Most people think their dog is begging because they just want a yummy snack. But in the world of a pack animal, food is about much more than just filling a belly. It is the most important sign of who is in charge and who is keeping everyone safe. In the wild, the leader of the family always eats first. The other dogs sit and watch. They aren't just looking at the food, they are watching how the leader acts. By staring at you, your dog is asking a quiet, important question. They are asking, are you strong enough to take care of this and keep us safe? When you look down and feel a little bit guilty or sad for them, your brain actually makes a tiny bit of a stress chemical called cortisol. Your dog is amazing because they can actually smell that change in your body's smell right away. If you give them a piece of your food just because you want them to stop staring, you are sending a very confusing message. In a dog's mind, a strong leader does not just give away the best food simply because someone is looking at them. By giving in to those puppy dog eyes, you are telling your dog's nervous system that you might not be the steady, strong person they need to lean on. Over time, this actually makes a dog feel less safe, rather than more loved. They start to feel like they have to worry about things because they aren't sure you are in control. The real truth is that your dog is actually looking for a boundary. They want to see you eat your meal with a sense of calm and confidence. When you do this, it releases a happy chemical called oxytocin in their brain. This happens because they realize they belong to a family with a leader who knows what they are doing. It makes them feel tucked in and secure. The best thing you can do right now is something that sounds simple but can be a little bit hard to do. When you eat, try not to look at them with pity. Try not to get frustrated or angry, either. Just stay very calm. Let them watch you. By finishing your meal without giving in to the stare, you are giving them the best gift a dog could ever get. The knowledge that their world is stable and that you are looking out for them. Please keep watching, because our fourth point is going to show you how your dog is actually checking on your health while you are chewing your food. Number 2. The copycat effect. Have you ever noticed that when you take a big bite of food, your dog's jaw might move just a little bit, or they might lick their own lips? This isn't just a coincidence or a funny little habit. Your dog's brain has special parts called mirror neurons. These parts of the brain are built to help them learn how to survive by watching the people they love. When they stare at you while you eat, their brain is actually practicing how to eat along with you. They are trying to match their own rhythm to yours. A long time ago in the wild, matching the leader was the only way for a dog to stay alive. Most people think their dog is just being a copycat or being a bit silly by following their movements. But the real truth is much more meaningful. Your dog is trying to understand how you survive. They are watching how you handle your food and, more importantly, how relaxed you are while you do it. If you eat very fast and look like you are in a rush or stressed out, your dog's body picks up on that bad energy. Their own heart might even start beating faster just by watching you. This is why some dogs start pacing around or acting worried when their owners eat in a big hurry. The thing you can do right now to help is to change the feeling in the room. Try to eat your food slowly and take nice, deep breaths. When you show your dog a calm version of yourself, they will reflect that peace back to you. By staying relaxed, you are literally teaching your dog's brain how to be at peace. But you have to stay focused on this journey with me, because point number 3 is where we talk about the stress spike. This is the moment where most owners try to be nice, but end up accidentally hurting their dog's feelings and making them feel more worried at the same time. Number 3. The sadness of being pushed away. This is the moment when the dinnertime interaction turns into a bit of a struggle. You are just trying to enjoy your dinner after a long day, but the staring becomes a bit too much to handle. You might finally lose your patience and tell your dog to go away, or get out, using a sharp or loud voice. You might feel a little bit bad after you do it, but you think they need to learn a lesson about manners. But here is what is really happening inside your dog's heart and brain. That sudden, sharp rejection causes a big spike in cortisol, which we mentioned is the body's main stress chemical. Most owners think they are just being firm or teaching a rule. They think the dog understands exactly why they are being told to leave. But the real truth is that to a dog, being suddenly pushed away during a meal feels like a threat to their place in the family. They don't think to themselves, "Oh, I shouldn't have been staring at the steak." Instead, they think, "I am no longer safe with my family." This is why you see them tuck their tail between their legs or look at you with those sad, squinted eyes. They aren't feeling guilty for staring at your food. What they are actually feeling is the physical weight of stress and the fear of being left out. It hurts their feelings more than we realize. The way to fix this is to stop using rejection and start using direction. Instead of pushing them away with a grumpy voice, give them a helpful job to do before you even sit down to eat your dinner. Tell them to go to your place, or ask them to stay on their favorite soft bed. This gives their brain a mission to focus on. It changes the whole situation from being pushed away to having a special task. When they stay in their spot, their stress levels stay very low because they know exactly what they are supposed to do to make you happy. But please stay with me, because point number 6 is the reason so many dogs feel a deep worry that their owners never realize is connected to the dinner table. Number 4. The special nose scan. While you are sitting there chewing your food, your dog's nose is working in a way that we humans can't even imagine. Have you ever seen their little nose twitching or their mouth opening just a tiny bit while they stare at you? They aren't just smelling the yummy chicken or the juicy steak on your plate. They are using a very special tool in the roof of their mouth called the vomeronasal organ. This organ is like a super high-tech sensor that can pick up on tiny chemical changes in the air around them. Most owners think their dog is just begging for a little taste. But the real truth is that your dog is actually scanning your health. When you eat, the chemistry inside your body changes. Your skin and your breath release tiny signals that tell your dog how your heart is beating, and even how you are feeling deep inside. They are making sure that the food you are eating is safe for you, and that you are physically okay. In the wild, if the leader of the pack got sick from eating something bad, the whole family was in big danger. So, your dog is checking to make sure you are healthy and strong. The thing to remember here is to be mindful of your own smell signal. If you are eating unhealthy food while feeling guilty or worried, your dog picks up on that smell of worry. Try to look at your meal as a calm, healthy time for yourself. When you are at peace with what you are eating, your dog's nose sends a safe signal to their brain, and they feel much better. Keep watching, because point number 5 is all about the home guard instinct, where your dog acts like a little bodyguard while you enjoy your lunch. Number 5. The bodyguard instinct. Have you ever noticed that while your dog is staring at you, they might suddenly snap their head toward the front door or a window if they hear even the smallest sound? You might think they are just easily distracted or that they are being bad because they aren't staying focused on you. But the real truth is much more heroic than that. In the wild, eating is the most dangerous time for a group of animals. When you are busy chewing and swallowing, your senses are focused on your food. This makes you vulnerable to a surprise from something scary. Your dog isn't just watching your plate, they are standing guard over you. Most owners get a little frustrated because they just want the dog to lie down and relax. But your dog's brain is sending them signals that say, the leader is busy eating, so I must be the lookout. They are acting as your very own personal bodyguard so that you can eat your meal in peace and safety. This is a very deep instinct that has kept dogs and humans safe for hundreds and hundreds of years. They are offering you their protection as a way to show you how much they love you. It is a sign of true loyalty. The best way to handle this is to acknowledge their hard work without giving them food. If your dog looks at the door and then looks back at you, give them a very calm, soft little nod or say a quiet, kind, good dog. This tells their nervous system that you heard their report and that everything is under control. It allows them to let go of that high alert feeling and relax. But you need to stay with us because point number 6 is where we look at the difference between begging and bonding, and it will explain why your dog puts their heavy head on your lap right when you pick up your fork. Number 6. The connection mystery. This is the moment when the staring becomes physical. Your dog moves in close and rests their heavy head right on your knee, or maybe they drop a paw onto your leg. You might think they are just being greedy, or trying to make you feel bad so you will give them a piece of your steak. But the real truth is that your dog is looking for what experts call touch bonding. In their world, touching each other while doing something together is the strongest way to say, we are a team, and we belong together. Most owners get this all wrong. They think the dog only cares about the food on the plate. But studies on how dogs behave show that many dogs actually care more about the physical touch with their owner than they do about the treat itself. When they press their warm body against yours while you eat, they are trying to share their energy with you. They are looking to make a friendship deposit in your relationship bank account. If you only see this as begging, you are missing a beautiful chance to make your bond even stronger. The best thing to do is to give them love without snacks. If your dog rests their head on you, just let it stay there. You can even place your hand on their head for a few seconds without looking at them or giving them any food. This tells their brain, I feel you here and you belong with me, without teaching them that begging always leads to a snack. It makes them feel like they belong while you keep your rules firm. But please stay with me, because point number 9 is a secret about your dog's tongue that will change how you feel when they try to lick you. Number 7. The hunger from long ago. Have you ever noticed that even if your dog just finished their own big bowl of food, they still stare at your plate like they haven't eaten in a week? It is very easy to think your dog is just being a piggy, or that you aren't feeding them enough. But the real truth goes all the way back to their wild great-grandparents. In the wild, a dog never knows when they will find their next meal. A dog's brain is wired to eat whenever food is right in front of them because, a long time ago, there might not be any food tomorrow. Most owners feel like they are doing a bad job or that their dog is always starving. They feel a sense of guilt that makes them give the dog too much food. But this isn't usually real hunger. It is ancestors' hunger. Their brain is just running an old survival program that tells them to watch for any extra energy they can find. When you understand this, you can stop feeling bad for them. You can see it as a natural instinct that they just can't turn off, no matter how much they love their kibble. The way to help them here is to realize that your dog's stare isn't a cry for help. It is just their history talking to them. You can help them feel more relaxed by being very consistent with their own meal times. When a dog knows for sure that their own food is coming at the exact same time every day, that wild, survival part of their brain starts to get a lot quieter. But don't go anywhere yet, because point number 8 is about a brain spark, and it explains why giving your dog just one tiny bite makes their begging 10 times worse the next day. Number 8. The trap of maybe. This is a little trick of the mind that most owners fall into without even knowing it. Have you ever given your dog a tiny piece of your pizza crust or a little lick of your spoon, just this one time? You think you are being kind and giving them a little joy. But inside your dog's brain, you just started a giant explosion of a chemical called dopamine. This is the reward chemical, but it is also the chemical of waiting for something to happen. Most owners think that a small treat will make the dog happy, so they will go away and leave you alone. But the real truth is the exact opposite happens. Because you gave them food once, their brain now looks at your dinner table like a colorful machine in a game room. They don't know when the prize will come, but they know it might come. This, maybe, makes the staring much more intense and stressful for the dog. They aren't staring because of love anymore. They are staring because they are hooked on the chance of winning a snack. It actually makes them feel more anxious. The best thing to do is to become boring and predictable. If you want your dog to stop staring so hard, you have to have a no food from the table rule that you never break. If they never, ever win the prize, that brain loop eventually stops, and their nervous system can finally relax while you eat your dinner. It is actually much kinder to be consistent than to be nice every once in a while. But stay focused, because point number 9 is about a secret, family grooming habit that happens right after you take your very last bite of food. Number 9. The secret of saying thank you. Have you ever noticed that the very second you finish your last bite and put your fork down, your dog rushes over to lick your hands or maybe even your face? Most owners think the dog is just cleaning up the leftover yummy smells or salt from the food. While they do like the taste, the real truth is a behavior called social grooming. In a wild pack, after the leader finished a meal, the other family members would lick them as a way to say, "Thank you for taking care of us and providing for the family." Your dog isn't just looking for tiny crumbs. They are performing a very old ritual of being thankful. By licking you after you eat, their brain releases that happy, cuddle chemical called oxytocin, which makes them feel very close to you. They are seeing you as the provider and the heart of their whole world. When we push them away because we think it's a bit yucky, we are accidentally stopping their way of saying thank you. It's their way of showing they appreciate you. The thing you can do is to allow a small moment of connection once your meal is totally finished. You don't have to let them lick your face if you don't like that, but you can give them a slow, gentle pet on their chest or behind their ears. This finishes the family cycle of the meal. It tells your dog, the meal is over, we are safe, and we are still a great team. Now, please stay with me, because we have finally reached point 10. This is the most emotional part of our story today, and it will change how you look into your dog's eyes for the rest of your life together. Number 10. The connection of souls. This is the deepest and most special level of the stare. Have you ever looked at your dog while you were eating and realized they weren't even looking at your plate anymore? Instead, they were looking directly into your eyes with a soft, steady, and quiet gaze. Most owners miss this moment because they are too busy looking at their phones or focusing on their food. But if you catch it, you are seeing what experts call body syncing. The real truth is that at this stage, the food doesn't matter to them at all. Your dog has entered a state of deep, quiet focus with you. By looking at you while you are feeling full and happy, your dog is actually trying to catch your vibe. They are making their heart beat at the same speed as yours. They are breathing right when you breathe. They aren't asking for a piece of your life, they are sharing their life with you. This is the highest form of love an animal can ever give. It is a quiet way of saying, I don't need what is in your hand. I just need to be right here where you are. The special thing to do for this final point is the secret signal I promised you at the very beginning. When you finish your meal, look at your dog with very soft, kind eyes. Take one deep, slow breath, and give them a very slow blink. In the world of dogs, a slow blink is the ultimate sign of trust and peace. It tells their whole body that the work is over and the family is safe. When your dog blinks back at you or lets out a big, long sigh, you have just had the most important conversation of your whole day. Your dog is not just a beggar looking for a handout. They are a beautiful soul that has chosen to spend their one short life watching yours and being by your side. Every single stare is a chance for you to listen to what they are saying without using any words at all. If you use these 10 points we talked about today, you won't just have a dog that behaves better. You will have a partner who feels truly understood and loved. If this story changed how you see your dog's stare, please share it with another person who loves dogs and needs to hear this. Please join our group of caring friends here, because your dog is speaking to you every day, and it's finally time for you to learn how to listen to their heart.